Alright. Is what it is. That didn't even rhyme. What did it rhyme? Roses are red, vigilance is bad, Mr. Carrington has appeared, where's the rest of the lads? Close enough, close enough. Nice, 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 thank you. Oh wow, we got a nice auto host from Mr. Devilfist. I will take that, thank you. Thank you, alright. Do 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 do. Ma na 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 bam bam. Alrighty. Yeah, well there we go. That was okay, that was interesting. That was interesting. Okay, yeah, so I've just for the time being, for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be restreaming over to Twitch and YouTube. And today I tried to get the Periscope working, which I used to have working fine, and the Facebook thing there. I used to do that last year. Neither of them were being picked up. So my apologies to those I told that was going to be working just fine. I thought it was, but Facebook, I don't know what's up with it. All right, the restream ain't working good. All right. Anyway, where are we at? We've got a couple of us here. Very nice, very nice. So, yesterday, for those who don't know, was a World Poetry Day. Yeah. And today, well, we weren't doing book club yesterday, so we couldn't do anything for it. But today's a different story, of course. We will can pick up from that. Anyway, so I put out some a request. If anyone had any special requests, I would fill them. I got 5 people sending in requests, and we will get all of them covered. All of them covered. And if in the meantime anyone else comes up with any clever ideas, wants to hear anything in particular, we will try to accommodate that as well. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. I think it's gonna be a pretty good day. Oh, hey, Borrowing Orange, how you doing? Borrowing Orange, yeah. Hopefully today my stream is not going to quit. Well, you know, it's already kind of quit over on Facebook and Periscope. So, yeah, that's how that goes. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, as I was telling people, it was going to be there. Ooh, okay, I know, we'll try and get it sorted out for later this week, maybe for tomorrow. So, what's everyone been doing today, by the way? Before we hop into it, what anyone have any awesome news to share or anything like that? Having a good weekend? Maybe having a not so good weekend? I don't know. I know there's a few people stuck at home. Well, I say more than a few. More than a few. Way more than a few. But we're here to, I don't know, see what we can do to lighten that mood, keep you entertained, take your mind off of things. Shadowtronics has been in bed all day under the weather. But you're feeling better now that Mr. C is here. I like that. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. It's a good day. Man, tell you what, we need to get organized on the games there, Shadowtronics. Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. The Apex is one of those things which is going to be seeing a little more action. A little more action, indeed. Malfunction ate a donut. Now, have you had that donut in quarantine long enough? Has it been cleared? Have you washed that donut down with soapy water before consuming? Just asking. Ich broke to tote says he's rich. Not. Yeah, well, you and I are in the same club there, my friend. Same club. Yes, well, actually, normally on Sunday we do short stories, a whole bunch of short stories, but yesterday was World Poetry Day, so today I'm reading the specially requested poems that you all sent to me over the past few days. Yeah. So that's going to be pretty fun. I got 5 of them, and I got 1 of my own. So there's a total of 6 so far. We'll see how long it takes to get through them. Yeah, but we'll be getting on with that in just 1 second. Just wanted to mention, if you are a fan of this stream, as I'm sure you all are. Oh, I hope so. Maybe somewhat, I don't know. I tune in from time to time. There we go. Yeah, that's the link to my channel here. If you enjoy the book club sections here on Mixer. Yeah. Please, by all means, throw that link and a little description of what you like about it onto Facebook or onto Twitter or onto Instagram. I don't know what Snapchat is. Probably for the best, but I don't know. Nothing wrong with asking for a little social media shout out there, especially if you think these kinds of things are going to be useful for your friends who are stuck at home with too much time on their hands. Yeah, that's the important thing we're trying to... You don't have any good poems in mind? That's okay. I got 6 of them here lined up, ready to go. Twitch, the Fortnite Master Pro says, what's my favorite book? My favorite book is actually a trilogy, The First Chronicles of Thomas Covenant. Actually, I got them right down here. This one. Oh, you know what? I got this is the wrong one. This is the Second Chronicles. This one here. Oh, my Lord, here we go. Yeah, this one here, The First Chronicles of Thomas Covenant by Stephen Donaldson. It was like a fantasy series written back in the 80s. A lot of people said it was like a Lord of the Rings ripoff, but whatever. I kind of like it a lot better. Is it true I auditioned for Audible? Not recently. Not recently. But, you know, I probably should. There, big bollocks. Oh, no, that was Burrito Warrior. Oh, you're more of a Biff and Chip guy. All right, fair enough. Yours is Mein Kampf. Wow. It certainly is a different crowd over on Twitch. That much I know. All righty. In the meantime, though, yesterday was World Poetry Day, so that's what we're doing today. I had people sending me in their special requests, and we'll go. Let's go take a look and see what they sent in. All right, there we go. Oh, where'd it go? I lost my Kindle. Bleep. There we go. Alrighty. So first up, well, yeah. Okay. I also made a note of who all requested each of these things as well. Very nice. Lady Death is here. Very nice. How you doing? Very cool. So I got I got that request from Lady Death in here as well. I thought she was talking about Space Channel 5 for like the longest time. Apparently not. So anyway, we ended up with two. Yeah, we're gonna be starting and ending with poems by Edgar Allan Poe. I didn't pick these. I was just asking anyone basically to send in what they wanted to hear. We'll accommodate them best we can. It's all good. So let's get started. Wow. Oh, and yeah, that's right. Yeah, and we have movie night later tonight. Yeah, so yeah, this is the plan. We're doing about 2 hours of poems. Maybe we'll get into short stories. We'll see how long these ones take, and then we'll have a few short stories. Then I'll be taking a bit of a break, coming back at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern for a movie night. Tonight is Cosmos: War of the Planets. It's gonna be it's pretty campy Italian science fiction, like a 1960s science fiction movie. Very low budget, but it looks kind of interesting. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it's more Mystery Science Theater 3000 material. Who knows? We'll figure it out. And then right after that, we're going to be continuing in with more of Batman: The Enemy Within. Probably ending with I don't know, Gears. Probably. Yeah, we'll do that. Very good. Let's see. The Burrito Warrior wants me to read Justin Bieber: First Step to Forever. Which is your favorite chapter in that? I would have to ask. I'm not familiar with it. Yeah. No. Oh boy, we've got a bunch of friends coming through from the Psycho Queen. What's up? How are they doing? A defaulty friend too. How you doing? Oh, you're gonna miss movie night. Oh boy, it'll be okay. It will be okay. Borrowing Orange, we will miss you, but in the meantime, let us get on with it right here. So hello to the Psycho Queen and all your friends. Hello to my friends, my new friends over on Twitch. Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to mention, by the way, I don't normally stream to Twitch or YouTube. But right now, with so many people being stuck in their houses, I'm restreaming my usual Mixer stream over to YouTube and Twitch. I don't know. hopefully it'll help out a little, keep a few more people entertained for the next couple of weeks. We'll see how it works out. You'll get Rolfson. I don't know what Rolfson is. Hey, Jelly Buns, what's going on? Do I have any mojo? Probably not. Probably not. But that's okay, because I barely spend any time over there anyway. I can already see the difference in population. Yeah. Alrighty. Good lord. Okay. Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, this is the first one which you had requested. It was by Alone. Well, no, this is going to be kind of morbid, maybe. I don't know. I hope not too morbid. It's supposed to be a little uplifting. I hope. I don't know what Rolfson Renegade. I know Rolfson Renegade. All right, so I hope these aren't too morbid. Alone by Edgar Allan Poe. This was requested by Chris Alberti. All right, we'll just get on with it. World Poetry Day. Let's do it. From childhood's hour, I have not been as others were. I have not seen as others saw. I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken my sorrow. I could not awaken my heart to joy at the same tone. And all I loved alone. Then, in my childhood, in the dawn of a most stormy life, was drawn from every depth of good and ill the mystery which binds me still. From the torrent or the fountain, from the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that round me rolled in its autumn tint of gold, from the lightning in the sky as it passed me flying by, from the thunder and the storm, and the cloud that took the form, when the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view. Alrighty, okay, that was, okay. Chris Alberti bringing the light-hearted mood. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Do I still have that snap animation up there? Borrowing Orange sub to the YouTube. Thank you there. Borrowing Orange. Yeah. Is that snap thing still there? That animation? I'm not sure I brought that in from Firebot there, Lady Death. That'd be nice if it was, though. All right. Interesting. It didn't. Hey, let's try it again. Let's see. Snap. Maybe it's just a single snap. We'll try snap. All right. Okay, it didn't. Okay. All right. Yeah, it used to be when you went snap, snap, snap. There was a these like beatniks at a like a French poetry slam thing. They're all like snapping their fingers in appreciation. All right, that's I should try and find that one again. That was pretty fun. Hey, Tallish Birch, what's going on? What's going on? It was not only like a little spooky, but that was very depressing. I don't know why Chris Alberti would have picked that one, but there we go. I mean, I just read them, you guys choose them. Yeah, so it's like that. Well, you know, I didn't bring a tissue in. That's okay. All right, we'll figure something out. All right. So okay, well there we go. We've got one down. We've got a few more to go. Let's get on with the next one. Alrighty, what do we got next? We got, there we go. The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes. Requested by Tillable Cat. Now, I don't know too much about this poem. I know it's a very famous one, and I believe that the TV show Dick Turpin was kind of loosely based on this. It was uplifting, you think? Well, no, it ended on a pretty depressing note, I thought. That other one. What? Do we say what we want in chat? Well, most people have pretty much sent them to me, but yeah, if you can do that. I'm going to get through what we got here first, and if we got time for more, we'll see what happens. But, I mean, obviously it's too late to get them into my PDF here. Alrighty. But yeah, if you got something you want to hear, we can try that. Here we go. The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes. Requested by Tillable Cat. Part 1. The wind was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, and the highwayman came riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. He'd a French cocked hat on his forehead, a bunch of lace at his chin, a coat of the claret velvet, and breeches of brown doeskin. They never fitted with a wrinkle, his boots were up to the thigh, and he rode with a jewelled twinkle, his pistol butts a twinkle, his rapier hilt a twinkle, under the jewelled sky. Over the cobbles he clattered and clashed in the dark inn-yard. He tapped with his whip on the shutters, but all was locked and barred. He whistled a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love-knot in her long black hair. And dark in the dark old inn-yard, a stable wicket creaked, where Tim the ostler listened. His face was white and peaked. His eyes were hollows of madness, his hair like mouldy hay. But he loved the landlord's daughter, the landlord's red-lipped daughter. Dumb as a dog he listened, and he heard the robber say, "One kiss, my bonny sweetheart, I'm after a prize tonight, but I shall be back with the yellow gold before the morning light. Yet if they press me sharply and harry me through the day, then look for me by moonlight, watch for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way." He rose upright in the stirrups. He scarce could reach her hand, but she loosened her hair in the casement. His face burned like a brand, as the black cascade of perfume came tumbling o'er his breast, and he kissed its waves in the moonlight. Oh, sweet black waves in the moonlight. Then he tugged at his rein in the moonlight, and galloped away to the west. Yeah. Okay. Part 2. He did not come in the dawning. He did not come at noon, and out of the tawny sunset, before the rise of the moon, when the road was a gypsy's ribbon, looping the purple moor, a red-coat troop came marching, marching, marching. King George's men came marching, up to the old inn door. They said no word to the landlord, they drank his ale instead, but they gagged his daughter and bound her to the foot of her narrow bed. Two of them knelt at her casement, with muskets at their side. There was death at every window, and hell at one dark window, for Bess could see through her casement the road that he would ride. They had tied her up to attention, with many a sniggering jest. They had bound a musket beside her, with the barrel beneath her breast. Now keep good watch, and they kissed her. She heard the doomed man say, "Look for me by moonlight, watch for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way." She twisted her hands behind her, but all the knots held good. She writhed her hands till her fingers were wet with sweat or blood. They stretched and strained in the darkness, and the hours crawled by like years, till now, on the stroke of midnight, cold on the stroke of midnight, the tip of one finger touched it. The trigger, at least, was hers. The tip of one finger touched it. She strove no more for the rest. Up she stood to attention, with the barrel beneath her breast. She would not risk their hearing, she would not strive again, for the road lay bare in the moonlight. blank and bare in the moonlight, and the blood of her veins in the moonlight throbbed to her love's refrain. Clot, 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 clot. Had they heard it? The horse hoofs ringing clear, clot, 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 clot in the distance. Were they deaf that they did not hear? Down the ribbon of moonlight, over the brow of the hill, the highwaymen came riding, riding, riding. The redcoats looked to their priming. She stood up, straight and still. Clot, clot in the frosty silence, clot, clot in the echoing night. Nearer he came and nearer. Her face was like a light. Her eyes grew wide for a moment. She drew one last deep breath. Then her finger moved in the moonlight. Her musket shattered the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warned him with her death. He turned. He spurred to the west. He did not know who stood, bowed with her head o'er the musket, drenched with her own red blood. Not till the dawn he heard it. His face grew grey to hear how Bess, the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter, had watched for her love in the moonlight and died in the darkness there. Back he spurred like a madman, shrieking a curse to the sky, with the white road smoking behind him and his rapier brandished high. Blood red were his spurs in the golden noon, white red was his velvet coat, when they shot him down on the highway, down like a dog on the highway. And he lay in his blood on the highway, with the bunch of lace at his throat. And still, of a winter's night, they say, when the wind is in the trees, when the moon is a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, a highwayman comes riding, riding, riding. A highwayman comes riding up to the old inn door. Over the cobbles he clatters and clangs in the dark inn yard. He taps with his whip on the shutters, but all is locked and barred. He whistles a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair. Yeah. All right. No, that was okay. Yeah, that was actually really good, actually. I really like that one. I don't think I've read that one before, actually. Anyway, so from what little itsy-bitsy bit of research I did, the British bandit dude, Dick Turpin, kind of like a Robin Hoodish kind of rogue kind of guy, except not quite going back as far. That was kind of like based on that kind of. Snap, snap, snap. I dig it. Ooh, it's getting warm where malfunction is. Hey, man. Very good. Let's see. Anyone else sneak on by? Oh, that's Crow. The Crow's here. The Mystery Science Theater 3000 person is here. Very nice. Very nice. It's supposed to snow tonight? Oh, wow. Where you are. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's going to get a little chilly. It's nice to have a little snow. I really miss living in upstate New York. I really do. It was wonderful up there. Upstate New York had 4 solid seasons. It was great. As soon as you're sick of the season, it's ready for the next one to roll right on in. It was good. It was really nice. I like that. All right, let's we should probably get into the next one. So far, so good. Hope you're enjoying it. See, who did that one? That was the Highwayman. Who wanted that one? That was Tillable Cat, I think. Let me just check my little notes here. The Highwayman, yes, by Tillable. The Tillable Cat wanted to hear that one. Yeah. Nice. All 4 seasons are pretty solid, yeah. That's the way it should be. None of this 8 months at like -20 and then 4 months of, hot summer. Is that poem you just read in WW2? And no, it was set well before that. Well before World War II. It's set well before World War II. I'm not sure of the exact publication date, if that's what you're asking. Alrighty. Actually, let me just look it up. Wiki the Highwayman by Noise. We'll just look it up. It was published in 1906. 1906. That's before World War I, even. And in 1995, it was voted 15th in the BBC's poll for the nation's favorite poems. All right. Let's see. Okay. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, all right. So far, so good. Where are we at? I lost my mixer window. There it is. Okay, we're back onto it. There we go. Yeah, it sounds like it was set there in the 18th century. Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a Wikipedia entry about it. So yeah, we'll see. Here we go. Yeah, where he was inspired by the real old, dodgy, drafty house that he was living in, right on the edge of a blasted moor. If, by Rudyard Kipling, requested by Lucid Gamester. Lucid Games. Oh yeah, they sent me a message on Twitter. They're saying, yeah, can you do that? I was like, okay. Almost didn't see it because, yeah, most messages that come to me, unless you're like reciprocal friends on Twitter, go straight into it like another folder by default. Almost didn't see it. Jelly Buns is an 18th century American nerd. Oh, yeah, let's gotta bring that up. Bring up one of these. Oh, where'd it go? That's weird. There it is. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's not as popular as it used to be. There used to be dozens of these up there. Nerds. Yeah, right. Okay. If, by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to, broken, and stoop and build 'em up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings, and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose, and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, And so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Yeah. Well, I know a few, yeah, that's actually really good. Very good. I like that one a lot. That's very good. Well, you know, I don't think I've read that by him before. I used to read like all his adventure stories and the likes, and never read his poems or anything. Rudyard Kipling, yeah, his like jungle books and all that. Yeah. All right. That was really good. What did you guys think about that one? Yeah. Should, I don't know, there's a lot to think about in there. Yeah, I think, all right. Borrowing Orange, found a good Shakespeare poem, all right. We'll get to it. We will get to it, all right. So here we go. And I hope you guys over on Twitch and YouTube are doing okay. Let me just quickly take a little peek over there. Yeah. Oh, I think no one's over there anymore. I think they went away. That's okay. That's okay. And I was going to say, don't forget if you are enjoying this stream here, don't forget to share it with your friends. Post it on Facebook with a little something about what you like about it. There's the link right there, or on Twitter, or on Instagram, or a smoke signal, or however you get the word out. Don't go around to your friend's house and lick their face while telling them what a great stream it is. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. Even if you wash your hands, don't lick their face. It's just not good. Okay, but yeah, if you think maybe some of your friends who are stuck at home, there's a lot of people who aren't working right now. A lot of kids out of school. If you think they might need something, yeah, a couple of hours away from it all each day, yeah. Let them know. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned face licking? I mean, if it's a dog, I mean, like, what you gonna do? I mean, dogs get a pass. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. But most people I know, actually all people, no people I know are dogs. That's all I know. Some dogs are better than some people. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. All right, let's get on with it. Here we go. This one, The Ballad of Hamish Beamish, by Frank O'Connor, who's actually one of the lead devs over at 343, the Halo game dev company. The Ballad of Hamish Beamish by Frank O'Connor, requested by Malfunction. I think I got your numbers right there. I think I got them right. Let's try this. I've never read this. I know you've told me about it several times, and from what I understand, this is also going to explain, now that I'm thinking about it, that one avatar that they have in the Master Chief Collection of the janitor. I'm just thinking off the top of my head right now, which is just very unexpected. Okay, let's try this out. And this will be Halo centric. I'm assuming. Let's do it. A long time ago, on a military ship, a boy signed on to a perilous trip. A would-be cadet with a penchant for danger. He signed on for thrills in a cryo-sleep manger. Corbulo's the name of his life's destination, a military school with a fine reputation. An officer's life was the life he had chosen, as he and his chums were cryonically frozen. And off into slipspace the young people headed, but a problem arose that starfarers dreaded. The long sleep of storage was to be interrupted by a technical flaw and some code that corrupted. As the good ship Jamaica flew on through the night, the seal on his chamber grew a bit less than tight. The cryopod opened a decade too soon, and Hamish thawed out 'neath an alien moon. Alone and afraid in the space between spaces, he gazed with fear at his companions' faces. He wiped frost from their visors, but onward they slept, safe and preserved, while poor Hamish just wept. When he got it together, he resolved to survive alone on a starship. Now surely he'd thrive. All he'd need is some heat and a good source of food. But on waking the AI, the news wasn't good. Apologies, Beamish, but this ship is unmanned. You and the others are effectively canned. We ship you like cargo to some distant star, but this uncrewed transporter has no buffet bar, nor heating for humans. But there's plenty of air, so if you wrap up in blankets, you might still make it there. Your sleep chamber's ruined, and the backup is rusted, so if you get to Corbulo, you'll be all old and busted. It's been called a flat circle and a relative hitch, but the fact of the matter's time is gravity's bitch. So you have my condolence, and I'll help if I can, but I suggest that indolence is the best kind of plan. So the darkness and cold would make anyone spooked, and young Master Hamish knew his goose was cooked. He examined his options and set in for the flight. He'd be cold and hungry for this long, lonely night. So he needed some fuel for a possible fire, and protein to eat lest his body expire. He looked high and low, and through every dark passage, but all he could find was an Oberto sausage. 200 years old, discarded, incredible, but because it was jerky, it was still kind of edible. As he chewed the last meat that he might ever enjoy, he thought about girls, and he thought about boys. Though frozen intact, nails and hair would still grow, and the seeds of his madness had started to show. He would shave them and clip them with tender composure, and burn hair and eat nails, lest he die of exposure. The smell, it was dreadful, and the sight even worse, but better this madness than a flight in a hearse. And so 10 long years passed, and Corbulo drew near, and Hamish's madness replaced all his fear. He got used to the routine, as we are wont to do, but he dreamed of poutine, and he played his kazoo. Oh, I didn't explain that he kept that toy whistle, or that he wore a tattoo of a plain Scottish thistle. His buzzing lament did not keep him sane. In fact, you could argue it addled his brain. So when the ship at last reached the Corbulo banner, he was 30 years old and as mad as a spanner. The medics tried hard to habilitate Hamish. His exploits aboard were disturbing, but famous. They found him a job doing what he does best, which is making the most of a terrible mess. So they put him in whites, and they gave him a broom, and set him about cleaning room after room. The other cadets soon forgot Hamish's story, and Hamish got used to his missed chance at glory. He'd never a soldier or an officer be, but he never got used to the odor of pee. He'd clean it in bathrooms from floor to the sink, but I never revealed. What did poor Hamish drink? So here is the moral of this dreadful tale. Check all your gaskets before you set sail, and if in your world you're aware that it's cleanish, remember the ballad of poor Hamish Beamish. Yeah, woo! That was... All right, some Halo poems. Halo poems. Of course, why not? Why not? Sounds good to me. I'll dig him. All right. There we go. The Master Chief approves. Oh no, Master Chief's getting ready to lob some kind of explosive. All right. Okay. Anyway, I guess that's good. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Anyway, from Frank O'Connor there. Alrighty. Obviously recommended or suggested by Malfunction. Malfunction. All right, that was good. Tillable Cat. Oh, we already read yours, Tillable Cat. The Highwayman. How you doing? Oh boy, oh boy. Let's okay. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So far, so good. This one here, another. This is okay. This is the second Edgar Allan Poe one that we had requested. The first one was by Chris Alberti. Okay. Hopefully, this one won't be as ending on a depressing note like the other one. But I mean, Poe's gonna Poe. I mean, you know, how's it gonna end up? I don't know. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It was good. I think everyone enjoyed it. Yeah. It was good. The Highwayman. It was pretty good. Oulalame. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. Oulalame by Edgar Allan Poe. Hey, Orgon. Oh, The Raven, if we have time? Oh, well, I think we got plenty of time. Yeah, just a heads up. I mean, this is not necessarily Edgar Allan Poe night. Just, you know, I mean, so, I mean, if there's other suggestions that people got, I mean, I'll take on anything. Oulalame by Edgar Allan Poe, requested by Lady Death. The skies, they were ashen and somber. The leaves, they were crisped and sere. The leaves, they were withering and sere. It was night in the lonesome October of my most immemorial year. It was hard by the dim lake of Auber, in the misty mid-region of Weir. It was down by the dank tarn of Auber, in the ghoul-haunted woodland of Weir. Here, once, through an alley titanic of cypress, I roamed with my soul. Of cypress, with Psyche, my soul. These were days when my heart was volcanic, as the scoriac rivers that roll, as the lavas that restlessly roll their sulphurous currents down Yarnek into the ultimate climes of the pole, that groan as they roll down Mount Yarnek in the realms of the boreal pole. Our talks had been serious and sober, but our thoughts, they were palsied and sere. Our memories were treacherous and sere, for we knew not the month was October, and we marked not the night of the year. Ah, night of all nights in the year. We noted not the dim lake of Auber, though once we had journeyed down here. Remembered not the dank tarn of Auber, nor the ghoul-haunted woodland of Weir. And now, as the night was senescent, and star-dials pointed to morn, as the star-dials hinted of morn, at the end of our path a liquescent and nebulous lustre was born, out of which a miraculous crescent arose with a duplicate horn. Astarte's bediamond crescent, distinct with its duplicate horn. And I said, she is warmer than Diane. She rolls through an ether of sighs. She revels in a region of sighs. She has seen that the tears are not dry on these cheeks, where the worm never dies, and has come past the stars of the lion to point us the path to the skies, to the Lethian peace of the skies. Come up, in despite of the lion, to shine on us with her bright eyes. Come up through the lair of the lion, with love in her luminous eyes. But Psyche, uplifting her finger, said, sadly, this star I mistrust. Her pallor I strangely mistrust. Ah, hasten, let us not linger. Fly, let us fly, for we must. In terror she spoke, letting sink her wings until they trailed in the dust. In agony sobbed, letting sink her plumes till they trailed in the dust, till they sorrowfully trailed in the dust. I replied, this is nothing but dreaming. Let us on by this tremulous light. Let us bathe in this crystalline light. Its Sibylic splendor is beaming with hope and in beauty tonight. See, it flickers up the sky through the night. We safely may trust to its gleaming, and be sure it will lead us aright. We safely may trust to a gleaming that cannot but guide us aright, since it flickers up to heaven through the night. Thus I pacified Psyche and kissed her, and tempted her out of her gloom, and conquered her scruples and gloom, and we passed to the end of the vista, but were stopped by the door of a tomb, by the door of a legended tomb. And I said, what is written, sweet sister, on the door of this legended tomb? She replied, Ulalame, Ulalume, 'tis the vault of thy lost Ulalume. Then my heart, it grew ashen and sober, as the leaves that were crisped and sere, as the leaves that were withering and sere. And I cried, it was surely October, on this very night of last year, that I journeyed down here, that I brought a dread burden down here, on this night of all nights in the year. Ah, what demon hath tempted me here? Well, I know now this dim lake of Auber, this misty mid-region of Weir. Well, I know now this dank tarn of Auber, this ghoul-haunted woodland of Weir. Alrighty, there we go. That was Lady Death's a suggestion right there. All right. So out of the 5 pieces, we had 2 bits of Edgar Allan Poe. Not too shabby. I mean, it's always good. It's always good. Hey there, Halo Collector. Halo Collector, you just missed the Ballad of Beamish Hamish by Frank O'Connor. You would have liked it. I'm sure you would have liked it. Alrighty. But there we go. How you doing, man? How are you doing? Alrighty. Let's see. What do we got? Borrowing Orange said he had some Shakespeare that he wanted to hear. Didn't say what it was. That could be useful. Could be useful. You're friends with Frank? Okay, nice. Well, I did his poem justice. I did it justice. It was good. It was very good. Just in case anyone new has just arrived, yesterday was World Poetry Day. So, I threw it out on Twitter and Discord there. If anyone wanted to get a special request in, we would accommodate best as we could. So that was, that's 5 of them, I think. I think that was 5 of them. Yeah, we had, let's just quickly recap. Let's go back all the way back to the beginning. Alone by Edgar Allan Poe, requested by Chris Alberti. The Highwaymen by Alfred Noyes, requested by Tillable Cat. It was really good. If by Rudyard Kipling, requested by Lucid Gamester. The Ballad of Hamish Beamish, there we go, Hamish Beamish by Frank O'Connor, requested by Malfunction. And Ulalame. I spelt his, that copy and paste was spelt wrong. Ulalame. There's supposed to be a U at the end there. Ulalame by Edgar Allan Poe, requested by Lady Death. And then, well, we're up to, there we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it'll be on the VOD. It's on the VOD, but I didn't record it in my studio, yeah. You're going to go play Vigor now? Alrighty. Okay, we'll catch you later there, Ich broke to Toad. You have a great night. Have fun playing Vigor. What is it? It must be almost 11 o'clock at night where you are. All right. So here we go. So the last one in this actual PDF, and I just thought of another really cool one, which actually I'm going to pull up real fast right after this. But here we go. This is what I thought would be kind of fun for this kind of weekend. On the Ning Nang Nong by Spike Milligan, requested by Mr. C. On the Ning Nang Nong, where the cows go bong and the monkeys all say boo, and there's a Nong Nang Ning where the trees go ping and the teapots jibber jabber jew. On the Nong Ning Nang, all the mice go clang, and you just can't catch 'em when they do. So it's Ning Nang Nong, cows go bong, Nong Nang Ning, trees go ping, Nong Ning Nang, the mice go clang. What a noisy place to belong is the Ning Nang Nong. You're welcome. The Ballad of the I just got here we go. I'm gonna need a minute to I just need a minute to format this one here. 1 second. Where is it at? Okay, now I'm not going to sing this one. Very famous. It was very famously turned into a. Okay, copy. Oh, stop that one. Okay, I was going to throw this in. There's a lot of stuff here. Let me just. Okay, I'm just going to need a second here to format stuff. Insert page break. Okay, this one's going to take a while. Okay, here we go. So, oh. Okay, and what was that? Yeah, I'll take a look at that other one there in just 1 second there. Tillable Cat. Okay, so this is okay, home 22. And let's center that. Oh, can't spell his name right. And okay, insert page break here. Okay, I'm just gonna find that one real fast. What does it say? How long is it? Is it long? Is it long like the Ning Nang Nong? The Ballad of Blasphemous Bill. Poem Hunter. Oh, no, that'd be fine. Let's do that right now. One sec. Okay. You know, and that's actually probably going to be good enough to get us through the... Copy. 1 second. Back up we come. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, who wrote this one? This is by, I don't know who wrote it. Robert Williams Service. All right, never heard of this dude. By Robert Williams Service. All right, center. 1 second, almost ready. We'll be ready to go in just a minute. Just reformatting some stuff here. So all that there is now size 22 and Times New Roman. Okay, file, save as, here, where's documents, 1 second, documents, ebook downloads, oh, 2020. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, PDF. Save. Down. Close. Going as fast as we can here. All right. Get that wiki thing out of there. All right, did I miss any chat? Anything exciting happening there? You guys got something going on? Very good. Cool, 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 cool. That was brilliant though. On the Ning Nang. I mean, who would have thought? Everyone's coming out with their, oh, you know, they're all about their Poe and file, import PDF, ebook downloads, part 2. Here we go. Open. All right. All right. I think we almost got it. Here we go. Okay, so that was on the Ning Nang Nong. On the Ning Nang Nong. When the cows go a bong. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, okay, let's get on with it. Let's get on. Oh yeah, just wanted to give a little shout out to my friends over on Twitch and YouTube. I don't think anyone's watching on those channels right now, but that's okay. I'm leaving them there just in case. Just in case. So yeah, our main stream is over here on Mixer, mixer.com/CarringtonTV. It's just, yeah, for the next couple of weeks, all my book stuff, I'm going to be restreaming it over to YouTube and Twitch, because I know there's a lot of people looking for a little entertainment right now while they're squirreled up in their houses, waiting for everyone to get their stuff together. Yeah, poetry, check out Jim Morrison's work. Oh boy, now everyone's all late to the party. Okay, we got 2 more. Okay, here we go. Maybe we can get to it if we can get through these. But in the meantime, let's do it. Let's do it. On the Ning Nang Nong. Okay, here we go. Okay. You can put book club back on your TV with the YouTube. Ah. Wait, but you can cast over to you can cast over to the thing with from Windows. All right. Okay. The Ballad of Blasphemous Bill. I've never heard of this one. We'll try it out and see what happens. The Ballad of Blasphemous Bill by Robert Williams Service. The second one by Tillable Cat. Tillable Cat doesn't pick the short ones either. I took a contract to bury the body of blasphemous Bill McKee. Mackay. I took a contract to bury the body of blasphemous Bill Mackay. Whenever, wherever, or whatsoever the manner of death he die. Whether he die in the light of day or under the peak-faced moon, in cabin or dance hall, camp or dive, mucklucks or patent shoon, on velvet tundra or virgin peak, by glacier, drift, or draw, in muskeg hollow or canyon gloom, by avalanche, fang, or claw, by battle, murder, or sudden wealth, by pestilence, hooch, or lead, I swore on the book I would follow and look till I found my tombless dead. For Bill was a dainty kind of cuss, and his mind was mighty sot, on a dinky patch with flowers and grass in a civilized boneyard lot. And where he died, or how he died, it didn't matter a damn, so long as he had a grave with frills and a tombstone epigram. So I promised him, and he paid the price in good Chicago coin, which the same I blowed in that very night down in the Tenderloin. Then I painted a 3-foot slab of pine. Here lies poor Bill Mackay. And I hung it up on my cabin wall, and I waited for Bill to die. Years passed away, and at last one day came a squaw with a story strange, of a long deserted line of traps way back of the Bighorn Range, of a little hut by the Great Divide, and a white man stiff and still, lying there by his lonesome self, and I figured it must be Bill. So I thought of the contract I'd made with him, and I took down from the shelf the swell black box with the silver nameplate he'd picked out for hisself. And I packed it full of grub and hooch, and I slung it on the sleigh. Then I harnessed up my teams of dogs, and was off at the dawn of day. Hey, Lady Magritte? Of course Lizard King would mention Jim Morrison, of course. So I was like, it was just in the back of my mind there. I didn't make the connection for a minute. You know what it's like in the Yukon wild when it's 69 below, when the ice worms wriggle their purple heads through the crust of the pale blue snow, when the pine trees crack like little guns in the silence of the night, and the icicles hang down like tusks under the parka hood. Oh. When the stovepipe smoke breaks sudden off, and the sky is weirdly lit, and the careless feel of a bit of steel burns like a red-hot spit, when the mercury is a frozen ball, and the frost fiend stalks to kill. Well, it was just like that day when I set out to look for Bill. Oh, the awful hush that seemed to crush me down on every hand, as I blundered blind with a trail to find through that blank and bitter land. Half dazed, half crazed in the winter wild, with its grim heart-breaking woes, and the ruthless strife for a grip on life that only the sourdough knows. North by the compass, north I pressed, river and peak and plain, passed like a dream. I slept to lose, and I waked to dream again. River and plain and mighty peak, and who could stand unawed as their summits blaze? He could stand undazed at the foot of the throne of God. North, aye, north, through a land accursed, shunned by the scouring brutes, and all I heard was my own harsh word, and the whine of the Malamutes. I don't know what Malamutes are. A powerful dog, thick gray coat. till at last I came to a cabin squat, built in the side of the hill. And I burst in the door, and there on the floor, frozen to death, lay Bill. Ice, white ice, like a winding sheet, sheathing each smoke-grimed wall. Ice on the stovepipe, ice on the bed, ice gleaming over all. Sparkling ice on the dead man's chest, glittering ice in his hair. Ice on his fingers, ice in his heart, ice in his glassy stare. Hard as a log and trussed like a frog, with his arms and legs outspread. I gazed at the coffin I'd brought for him, and I gazed at the gruesome dead. And at last I spoke. Bill liked his joke, but still, guldan his eyes, a man had ought to consider his mates in the way he goes and dies. Have you ever stood in an Arctic hut in the shadow of the pole, with a little coffin 6 by 3, and a grief you can't control? Have you ever sat by a frozen corpse that looks at you with a grin, and that seems to say, you may try all day, but you'll never jam me in? I'm not a man of the quitting kind, but I never felt so blue as I sat there gazing at that stiff and studying what I'd do. Then I rose, and I kicked off the husky dogs that were nosing round about, and I lit a roaring fire in the stove, and I started to thaw Bill out. Well, I thawed and thawed for 13 days, but it didn't seem no good. His arms and legs stuck out like pegs, as if they were made of wood. Till at last I said, it ain't no use, he's froze too hard to thaw. He's obstinate, and he won't lie straight, so I guess I got to saw. So I sawed off poor Bill's arms and legs, and I laid him snug and straight. In the little coffin he picked hisself, with the dinky silver plate. And I came nigh to shedding a tear as I nailed him safely down. Then I stowed him away in my Yukon sleigh, and I started back to town. So I buried him, as the contract was in a narrow grave. So I buried him as the contract was in a narrow grave and deep. And there he's waiting the great clean-up when the judgment's loose heads sweep. And I smoke my pipe, and I meditate in the light of the midnight sun. And I smoke my pipe, and I meditate in the light of the midnight sun. And sometimes I wonder if they was the awful things I done. And as I sit, and the parson talks, expounding of the law, I often think of poor old Bill, and how hard he was to saw. That's actually pretty good. I like that one. Alrighty. Hey there, Paul Quinn. Good morning, Paul Quinn. Paul Quinn. What's today's film? 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Cosmos, War of the Planets. It's going to be interesting. It's a low-budget Italian science fiction film from the 60s. Gonna see what happens. See what happens with that there. But yeah, that's still a little bit off. We're just working our way through book club right now. World Poetry Day was yesterday. Yeah. So I've been fielding requests for all kinds of poems. Hey, Miss Taco Bella, what's shaking? What is going on? All right. I hope everyone's day is awesome. It's awesome here. That's for sure. Because I got you guys with me. Let's see, and I'm restreaming. I'm restreaming right now. I think I mentioned over to YouTube and Twitch, which I don't often do, but you know, I will be doing that for the next couple of weeks. Next couple of weeks, it will be good. It will be good. You're so tired. Oh boy. Well, I hope you're getting lots of rest. Yeah. Lots of rest, and yeah. Got a new week about to start. It's going to be a great week. Great week, Miss Taco Bella. It's going to be awesome. Let's see, where are we at? Yeah, Shadowtrons, yeah, Cosmos, War of the Planets. It's in the super secret section already if anyone needs a download of it. But, I mean, really, I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those memorable movies that you want to watch in your time later on. Okay, so we got, let's see, I got another one picked out. But, so we've done, what, 6 or 7 by you all now. I'll still field more if anyone has exact titles. I know Chris, not Chris Alberti, Shadowtronics. He's all about the Raven. He got the dibs on Raven. All I'm saying is that will be the third Edgar Allan Poe thing that we've done. So if anyone else is getting stuff in there, let's try and get a little more variety in there. There we go. Let us. All right, it's okay. Getting here. There we go. You want me to? I thought you were. Oh no, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, no. I mean, that's up to you. I mean, I put the invitation out there. It's yeah. I mean, but yeah, you're like, you want me to request the shake? Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you want to hear it, hear it. But I can't read it if you don't tell me what it is. It's even better if you have a link to, like Poetry Foundation or the actual link to it as well. But yeah, I mean, I literally cannot read what you want me to read unless you tell me what it is. So you keep telling me it's Shakespeare, but he wrote a couple of things. Gotta help me out here. All right, let's. In the meantime, while you figure that out, let's get into the next one. Here we go. It's another epic ballad. There we go. I just threw this one in here because I didn't know how long it was going to go for. I'm glad I had this one as a backup. Let's do it. Future pilot's got a headache. That's not good. Hopefully that's all it is. Alrighty. Hope you're staying inside, keeping away from other people. And yeah, I mean, that's really all you have to do. Yeah. Yeah. And I know it can be hard. Some people out there just don't believe what's going on. Unfortunately, I know some of those people. Ah. All right. But we do what we can. Oh, you started Halo 1 on Heroic. Oh, nice. Very nice. How's it doing? How's Heroic working out? Usually when I do it by myself, yeah, I'll do it, games like that for the campaign, I'll do it on easy. Just so I can have fun and enjoy the story. Then go back and revisit it later and co-op on harder levels. My Mistress's Eye. All right. Okay. Well, let's... Okay, well, here we go. We'll get to it right after this one, then. The Man from Snowy River by Banjo Patterson. They made a movie out of this, which you might have seen. But, yeah, this is like a legendary Australian ballad. Yeah. They know how to do poems down there too. They only do more damage. The flood. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a fun story. The Man from Snowy River. There was movement at the station, for the word had passed around that the colt from Old Regret had got away and had joined the wild bush horses. He was worth £1,000. Oh, how does that work then? Got around that the colt from Old Regret, got away and. So, well, yeah, I'm not sure what the tempo is here. There was movement at the station, for the word had passed around that the colt from Old Regret had got away and had joined the wild bush horses. He was worth £1,000. So all the cracks had gathered to the fray. All the tried and noted riders from the stations near and far had mustered at the homestead overnight. For the bushmen love hard riding, where the wild bush horses are, and the stock horse snuffs the battle with delight. There was Harrison who made his pile when Pardon won the cup, the old man with his hair as white as snow. But few could ride beside him when his blood was fairly up. He could go wherever horse and man could go. And Clancy of the Overflow came down to lend a hand. No better horseman ever held the reins, for never horse could throw him while the saddle girths would stand. He had learnt to ride while droving on the plains. And one was there, a stripling, on a small and weedy beast. He was something like a racehorse undersized, with a touch of timor pony, 3 parts thoroughbred at least, and such are by mountain horsemen prized. He was hard and tough and wiry, just the sort that won't say die. There was courage in his quick, impatient tread, and he bore the badge of gameness in his bright and fiery eye, and the proud and lofty carriage of his head. But so slight and weedy, one would doubt his power to stay, and the old man said that horse will never do. For a long and tiring gallop, lad, you'd better stop away. Those hills are far too rough for such as you. So he waited, sad and wistful. Only Clancy stood his friend. I think we ought to let him come, he said. I warrant he'll be with us when he's wanted at the end, for both his horse and he are mountain bred. He hails from Snowy River, up by Kosciuszko's side, where the hills are twice as steep and twice as rough, where a horse's hoofs strike firelight from the flint stones every stride. The man that holds his own is good enough. And the Snowy River riders on the mountains make their home, where the river runs those giant hills between. I have seen full many horsemen since I first commenced to roam, but nowhere yet such horsemen have I seen. So he went. They found the horses by the big mimosa clump. They raced away towards the mountain's brow. And the old man gave his orders, boys, go at them from the jump. No use to try for fancy riding now. And Clancy, you must wheel them, try and wheel them to the right. Ride boldly, lad, and never fear the spills. For never yet was rider that could keep the mob in sight, if once they gain the shelter of those hills. So Clancy rode to wheel them. He was racing on the wing, where the best and boldest riders take their place. And he raced his stock horse past them, and he made their ranges ring with stockwhip as he met them face to face. Then they halted for a moment, while he swung the dreaded lash, but they saw their well-loved mountain full in view. And they charged beneath the stockwhip with a sharp and sudden dash, and off into the mountain scrub they flew. Then fast the horsemen followed, where the gorges, deep and black, resounded to the thunder of their tread. And the stockwhips woke their echoes, and they fiercely answered back from cliffs and crags that beetled overhead. And upward, ever upward, the wild horses held their sway, where mountain ash and Kurrajong grew wide. And the old man muttered fiercely, we may bid the mob good day, no man can hold them down the other side. When they reached the mountain summit, even Clancy took a pull. It might well make the boldest hold their breath. The wild hop scrub grew thickly, and the hidden ground was full of wombat holes, and any slip was death. But the man from Snowy River let the pony have his head, and he swung his stockwhip round and gave a cheer. And he raced him down the mountain like a torrent down its bed, while the others stood and watched in very fear. He sent the flintstones flying, but the pony kept his feet. He cleared the fallen timbers in his stride. And the man from Snowy River never shifted in his seat. It was grand to see that mountain horseman ride. Through the stringy barks and saplings, on the rough and broken ground, down the hillside at a racing pace he went. And he never drew the bridle till he landed safe and sound at the bottom of that terrible descent. He was right among the horses as they climbed the further hill, and the watchers on the mountain standing mute. saw him ply the stockwhip fiercely. He was right among them still, as he raced across the clearing in pursuit. Then they lost him for a moment, where two mountain gullies met in the ranges, but a final glimpse reveals, on a dim and distant hillside, the wild horses, racing yet, with a man from Snowy River at their heels. And he ran them single-handed till their sides were white with foam. He followed like a bloodhound in their track, until they halted, cowed and beaten. Then he turned their heads for home, and alone and unassisted brought them back. But his hardy mountain pony he could scarcely raise a trot. He was blood from hip to shoulder from the spur. But his pluck was still undaunted, and his courage fiery hot, for never yet was mountain horse a cur. And down by Kosciuszko, where the pine-clad ridges raise their torn and rugged battlements on high, where the air is clear as crystal, and the white stars fairly blaze at midnight in the cold and frosty sky, and where around the overflow the reed beds sweep and sway to the breezes, and the rolling plains are wide, the man from Snowy River is a household word today, and the stockmen tell the story of his ride. That was really hard. That was really, really weird. That had a really weird tempo to it. All right, well there we go. That was something that we got. All right, let's quickly find what else we're looking for. We're gonna bring in. There were a couple of things. There was Celebration of the Lizard King. Oh, that's a song, right? All right. Well, no. So I was hoping that it would just like some straight up poetry. Yeah, song lyrics ain't exactly the same. All right. What was the I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't do justice to a song by the Doors. That's yeah. All right. What do we got? Let's see, where are we at? I'm looking for My Mistress's Eye. My Mistress's Eye. Bloop. All right, found that. You know, I don't have time to pull it into a PDF. Boop. There we go. Because that is... Here we go. Let me, you know, I'll just put a little link to it here for those who need it. I need leather pants to do Jim Morrison. There we go. That's, My Mistress's Eyes Are Nothing Like the Sun. I found it. I found it. There we go. This is, again, all right, Borrowing Orange, one of this guy. Sonnet 130. My Mistress's Eyes Are Nothing Like the Sun. All right, we'll see how it goes. Oh, how did you come by this, by the way? Borrowing Orange. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun. If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damasked, red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes there is more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go. My mistress, when she walks, treads on the ground. And yet, by heaven, I think my love as rare as any she belied with false compare. Alright, well that's, yeah, okay. That's pretty, yeah, I like that. I've not read that one before. Well, you know, there's a lot of Shakespeare stuff that I'm not familiar. You just searched up good poems for Shakespeare. All right, okay, all right, fair enough. Well, there we go. That's it is pretty good. That is pretty good. Let's see. Where is yeah, it's kind of funny though. I mean, like, yeah, he's kind of like recognizing that the woman he loves is not you know, in reality, not the prettiest, doesn't have the most amazing skin or hair or breath or chest size, or you know, is literally not an embodiment of Venus or what have you, and but still, that's his love, and none can compare. All right, Try the Lords. Book Try the Lords. What is that? Try the Lords. Don't know. Alright, it gets a little harder when I don't have links to things here. Videos of Try the Lords. Okay, that is... Let's see. Try the Lords and the New Creatures. Okay, well, I'm not buying it. The Lords and the New Creatures. You're not making my life easy here. By Jim Morrison. From Thrift Books. Yeah, okay, well, I do not have an easily accessible on the web version of it, because everywhere wants me to buy it. And I am a po boy. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm afraid I'm the Lizard King. I am not able to help you out with Doors books and Doors songs. So, all right. Yeah, it was a pretty good. You need no sympathy. You had two epic ballads read today. No sympathy for you. No. They were good. So does anyone else? Okay, I mean, have anything which is doable? Okay, poems which are doable. I need to preface that with. If not, I'm going to pull up just a little short story. Shadowtronics. Shadowtronics, of course. One second. Let me pull your one up. One second. Do I have the Raven? No, it'll be in a Halloween thing, right? Halloween 2017. Where is it? Oh, no, of course, it'll be in my Edgar. I'm just, why? All looking for Poe. Ba-da-bum-ba-dum. And, search. Where is it at? Boom. Oh, that's not it. Okay, found it. Put away the search. All right. Okay. This was the Shadowtronics. Shadowtronics, the Raven. We'll try that one. I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. All right. The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, "tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more." Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow. Sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Nameless here, forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late-night visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger. Hesitating, then, no longer, "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you." Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortals ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see, then, what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door. Perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door. Perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, Nevermore. Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, Nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, Doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy bore, of nevermore. But the raven, still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining, with the but whose velvet violet lining, with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh, quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, I said, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Iden it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign in parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Yeah. All right. Very nice, very nice. Okay, that was for Shadowtronics. Shadowtronics getting one of those raven things in there. Very nice, very nice. All right, let me back up a little there. Lizard King said, William Blake, Heaven and Hell. The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Bum, bum, bottom, bottom. Is that the one? The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. One second. Trying to find a copy of it. Digital copies. Bloop. Why can't okay, yeah. The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. It's a series of texts written in imitation of biblical prophecy. Right. Where can I get a copy of it? A free copy. Here we go. Proverbs of Hell. Good Lord. It's from, okay, so it's a series of poems. Okay, I mean, direct links are awesome. I mean, seriously, throw me a bone here. Good gracious. Okay, so I have okay, I'm tracking the Proverbs of Hell, which is from the Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Let me click on William Blake to see what comes up. William Blake. Okay, that's his biography. Written in 1790. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. This is going to have to be it because, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're. Okay. We are going with this one here, and I can't pull it up in a PDF because. Okay, well, actually, no. Let me just grab it. You know, I will. Let me just grab it. Okay, copy. I'm going to throw this into a one of this. What's this? We're going to make this number 3. Insert page breaks. All right. You know, next time I'm just going to insist on people getting their stuff in early with links to what the hell they're talking about. Good Lord. Okay, here we go. It's bottom. Okay. This is and home. Okay, file, save as, OneDrive, documents, ebooks, as PDF, 2020, WDV3, save, close, any second. Yeah, just take a few minutes to get. I just pulled this in, right? Let's see, 1 second. You're just gonna need to change scenes real fast. You don't need to see the rest of the stuff. File, import PDF. Alright, here we go. Is it all loaded in? There we go. Let's go to 33. Okay, so I got this straight out of, where did I get it from? Pull up my window here. This is from poets.org. It's not formatted well. I don't know if it's supposed to be formatted like that. We'll find out. Let's grab that and... I'm going to switch scenes back again. Boop, there we go. Okay. There we go. We're going to see what this one is like. It must be red in the sky. That ain't happening. Ode to a Haggis. I don't know what that is. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. So this is actually the formatting that was in there. There's, I don't know. All right. We'll see what this is about. Okay. So the Marriage of Heaven and Hell is apparently a collection of poems, and I don't know exactly which one the Lizard King wanted. So without any further direction, I just randomly picked this one. This is literally the first one which came up. So we'll see what's going on with it. I don't know anything about William Blake either, by the way. Proverbs of Hell. In seed time, learn. In harvest, teach. In winter, enjoy. Drive your cart and your plough over the bones of the dead. The road of excess leads to the palace of wisdom. Prudence is a rich, ugly old maid courted by incapacity. He who desires but acts not breeds pestilence. The cut worm forgives the plough. Dip him in the river who loves water. A fool sees not the same tree that a wise man sees. He whose face gives no light shall never become a star. Eternity is in love with the productions of time. The busy bee has no time for sorrow. The hours of folly are measured by the clock, but of wisdom no clock can measure. All wholesome food is caught without a net or a trap. Bring out number, weight, and measure in a year of dearth. No bird soars too high if he soars with his own wings. A dead body revenges, not injures. What? A dead body revenges, not injuries. The most sublime act is to set another before you. If the fool would persist in his folly, he would become wise. Folly is the cloak of knavery. Shame is pride's a cloak. There we go. Why is this not automatically turning now? There we go. Shame is pride's cloak. Prisons are built with stones of law, brothels with bricks of religion. The pride of the peacock is the glory of God. The lust of the goat is the bounty of God. The wrath of the lion is the wisdom of God. The nakedness of woman is the work of God. Excess of sorrow laughs. Excess of joy weeps. The roaring of lions, the howling of wolves, the raging of the stormy sea, and the destructive sword are portions of eternity too great for the eye of man. The fox condemns the trap, not himself. Joys impregnate, sorrows bring forth. Let man wear the fell of the lion, woman the fleece of the sheep. The bird a nest, the spider a web, man friendship. The selfish smiling fool and the sullen frowning fool shall be both thought wise, that they may be a rod. What is now proved was once only imagined. The rat, the mouse, the fox, the rabbit, watch the roots. The lion, the tiger, the horse, the elephant, watch the fruits. The cistern contains, the fountain overflows. One thought fills immensity. Always be ready to speak your mind, and a base man will avoid you. Everything possible to be believed is an image of truth. The eagle never lost so much time as when he submitted to learn of the crow. The fox provides for himself, but God provides for the lion. Think in the morning, act in the noon, eat in the evening, sleep in the night. He who has suffered you to impose on him knows you. He who has suffered you to impose on him. That's right, yeah. He who has suffered you to impose on him knows you. As the plow follows words, so God rewards prayers. The tigers of wrath are wiser than the horses of instruction. Expect poison from the standing water. You never know what is enough unless you know what is more than enough. Listen to the fool's reproach. It is a kingly title, the eyes of fire, the nostrils of air, the mouth of water, the beard of earth. The weak in courage is strong in cunning. The apple tree never asks the beech how he shall grow, nor the lion, the horse, how he shall take his prey. The thankful receiver bears a plentiful harvest. If others had not been foolish, we should be so. The soul of sweet delight can never be defiled. When thou seest an eagle, thou seest a portion of genius. Lift up thy head. As the caterpillar chooses the fairest leaves to lay her eggs on, so the priest lays his curse on the fairest joys. To celebrate a little flower is the labor of ages. Damn braces, bless relaxes. The best wine is the oldest, the best water the newest. Prayers plough not, praises reap not, joys laugh not, sorrows weep not. The head sublime, the heart pathos, the genitals beauty, the hands and feet proportion. As the air to a bird of the sea, to a fish, so is contempt to the contemptible. The crow wished everything was black, the owl that everything was white. Exuberance is beauty. If the lion was advised by the fox, he would be cunning. Improvement makes straight roads, but the crooked roads without improvement are roads of genius. Sooner murder an infant in its cradle than nurse unacted desires. Where man is not, nature is barren. Truth can never be told so as to be understood and not be believed. Enough or too much. Alrighty, and that is what that is on about. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. That was for Lizard King. That was for Lizard King. I would ask though. I would ask seriously. Yeah, send me links to what you're talking about. Don't make me do the legwork on what you want to hear. All right. That was pretty good. How you doing there, Mr. Galen? Mr. Galen, how you doing? Oh. The little cat's feeling a bit sad. No, don't be sad. You're okay? Doing good? How was how was Catherine? Yeah, I picked that up with Games with Gold or something like last year, I guess, and still haven't played it, but it's supposed to be really good. It was, okay, not as good as you thought it was going to be? It's a great game, but it definitely makes the stream awkward. Well, yeah. Lots of... Ooh, there we go. Yeah. I know, yeah, I know, so some things just make for an awkward social stream, yeah. Yeah, it's but yeah, I mean, there's yeah, I know there's the there's a bit where you're trying to figure out all these different relationships and everything, but the actual puzzle part of it there is actually like right on point. You played it when it first came out. Oh, okay. Way back in the day. Uh-huh. All right. Not what yeah, well, I mean, sometimes, yeah, it can be like that. It can be like that. But yeah, we're just wrapping up a couple of hours of yeah, but it's been right on 2 hours actually. 2 hours of straight up poetry of various different kinds. It's got to hear a bunch of new stuff, So that was fun. That was okay, but it is time to like wrap it on up. It's all good. It's all good, Mr. Gannon. Yeah, but yeah, we're going to be back in about 2 hours. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's movie night. So we're going to check out a bit of that. It's going to be fun. Yeah, we're watching I think it's going to be not such a hot movie tonight. This one here, Cosmos: War of the Planets. We'll find out. We will find out though. Alrighty. But that's all they wrote. That is all they wrote. It's time to mosey on off to and see what is up next. Yeah, I need a couple of hours to get a couple of things done here. It's been a good run, though. It's been a pretty good run. I was quickly looking for something to, what's this? Oh, they're doing some music mixing or something interesting. Let's see, what is going on? I'm just going to take a quick look into, what's this? This one looks like a lot of fun.
What? I don't want to sound Portuguese. That's one of the reasons why I wish Sergio would be streaming.
All right, who is this? Fluffy Dog. I don't know. No idea who they are. No idea who Fluffy Dog is. But anyway, that's where I'm going to drop the stream off at. Yeah. Yeah. They're doing some kind of weird art thing, and they're doing it in both German and English. So, that could be fun. Could be fun. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, don't want to forget about that. It's a bit of a, man, a weird day. I tried getting my Facebook thing, restreamed to Facebook going, but that didn't work out. That was a bit of a shame. And we'll have to, I don't know, have to try and figure out something there. Good. Periscope wasn't working either. Look at them. Look at all them chatters there, borrowing orange. He wrote to Toad. Yeah, he loves coming in and telling me how he's off to play other games. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, the restream bot was active. Interesting. Paul Quinn. Paul Quinn throwing down some stuff there. Oh, yeah. I'll take all of them sparks. And once again, the top sticker numbers, they're lying. There's much more than that. I know it. Yeah, you have a great night too there, Orgon. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, actually, I'm going to see everyone in about 2 hours. But in the meantime, man. Oh, I got a lot of hosts. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There we go. Those all help a lot. I'm pretty sure they help somehow with algorithm. Who knows how algorithms work? I don't know. We know nothing around here. But that's it. That is it. I'll be back in 2 hours. We're going to have movie night. It's tonight, was it Cosmos, War of the Planets? After that, we'll be continuing with Batman's... The Enemy Within. We're doing episode 3 out of that. The plot is definitely thickening. And then maybe a bit of Gears after that as well, because it's still, I don't know, we'll figure something out. But have a great night. I'm going to throw you over to Fluffy Dog, and I don't know, we're going to see what they're up to, I guess. I don't know. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you for spending some time with us here.